good morning, everybody. It is 7:45, time for After GMS. Thank you for joining us live on our Facebook stream and also on the News 2 app. We have meteorologist Ed Matthews and Taran Kirksey here. Ed is in the weather garden and Taran is at home. We all have access to online right now, and so we are communicating with you. Want you to respond. This is the moment we look forward to every day, right, guys?
Yeah, it's my favorite time of the morning, and we want to hear from you this morning. Already getting some comments from our wonderful viewers. We got our phones, and we are ready to communicate with you this morning.
Okay, so everybody, of course, wants to know about the sunshine, Taran or Ed, whichever one wants to do it. I'm game because it's good news.
It certainly is good news, and we like to give you good news whenever we can. And the 7-day forecast, absolutely glorious. Yes, we have some cloud cover out there right now, but the clouds will start to clear out some as we go on through the day, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. We're looking at temperatures right now out the door in the 40s, but we will see the temperatures eventually warm up into the mid to possibly even upper 60s in a few locations. And then as we go through the rest of the week, the weather gets even better. I think we'll see our high temperatures Friday ending up in the upper 70s to low 80s. By Saturday, we'll see temperatures in the low to possibly even mid 80s. And then as we go into Sunday, cloud cover will thicken up a little bit. Can't rule out an isolated shower or two. Right now, we're going to keep the chance of rain at your house on Sunday only around 20%, with high temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. And then temperatures will start to cool off a little bit after that. I think we'll see highs on Monday dipping down into the upper 60s, which is still above average for this time of the year. Average high temperature 64, which should be spot on average as far as temperatures are concerned Tuesday, and then a little bit below average on Wednesday with high temperatures in the low 60s. And do notice that the cloud cover will start to increase as we head towards the middle of the week as well. So we'll keep the rain chance for now on Tuesday and Wednesday right around 30%, but stay tuned. We're going to continue to make adjustments to that as we get a little bit closer to the middle of next week. But in the meantime, Friday, Saturday looking to be excellent days. Sunday, a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. But, I know what I'm planning on doing on Saturday. I might have to get outside and do a little barbecuing in the backyard just to kind of get a little bit of fresh air. I think Saturday is going to be an excellent day for that. I know a lot of people are getting a little bit tired of being cooped up in the house. Well, at least the weather will be pretty nice to sit outside for a little bit and just relax as much as possible.
All right, here at WFMY News 2, we are, of course, focused on facts, not spreading fear. So let's get to the latest news on the coronavirus across our state.
This is not a full shutdown. It's not a lockdown. You're still going to be able to get out and do the things that you need to do to provide for yourself and your family.
All right, you heard it. Guilford County leaders issue a stay-at-home order starting tomorrow, March 27th, at 5 p.m. The county announced stay-at-home orders in hopes of slowing the spread of coronavirus. Right now, state health officials report more than 500 cases across the state. That number keeps rising as the state processes more than 10,000 tests. In Guilford County, there are 22 reported cases, 15 cases in Forsyth County. Now, Winston-Salem Mayor Alan Joynes announced a stay-at-home order around the same time as Guilford County. It's almost identical, taking effect Friday at 5 p.m. through April 16th. Essential businesses and employees are okay to go to work. At 11 this morning, there will be a news conference explaining everything, answering your questions and concerns about this order. Of course, we'll bring you the latest information online and during our noon newscast. So you might be wondering where you can go and where you cannot during this stay-at-home order. You can text the word STAY to 336-379-5775. We'll send you a link to our article with all the information about what's open, what's not, what's essential, what's not. Again, text the number with the word STAY to get that information. Now, before the stay-at-home order takes effect, the governor's executive order went into place, closing some businesses yesterday. The list includes movie theater, gyms, nail shops, hair salons, and barbershops. Those businesses will stay closed for the next 30 days. Many businesses had already shut down over the weekend, leaving parking lots at shopping centers looking like this, empty. Those who stayed open tried to get in as many clients as possible. So again, non-essential businesses will stay closed until April 16th. Violations of this order could mean a misdemeanor fine of up to $2,500. Well, grocery stores are a part of the essential business. They will remain open, but if you can't find what you need there, maybe check out the farmers market. The Piedmont Triad Farmers Market in Colfax is open every day from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Farmers markets fall under the same rule as grocery stores and can remain open as essential business. The Colfax market is in the process of rearranging dozens of vendors for social distancing. Many customers were excited to find food there that was sold out at the grocery store.
My meat products have picked up, so kind of balances out, and not really more traffic, just seems like it's larger purchases.
Well, signs at the farmers market remind shoppers to wash their hands and keep their distance while shopping. It could be May before students and teachers return to school, and school districts across the Triad are working to update their plans on how to educate kids. But yesterday, teachers and principals in MEBANE put aside the work, hopped in their cars, and went to check on their students, of course, from a distance. WFMY News 2's Stacey Spivey was there to capture the smiles.
Well, here at WFMY News 2, we want to spread joy during this uncertain time. And wow, did I feel the joy here in MEBANE today. The principal here at South MEBANE Elementary School came up with a bright idea that her and her staff, some of the teachers here at the school, would drive around in a caravan to say hi to some of their students in their neighborhoods and simply wave hello, of course, from a distance. It was so great to see them driving around. They decorated their cars, were holding up signs. Some even had bubbles to spread happiness and love to their students. Families waiting outside with signs as well and were smiling when they got to see their favorite teachers. The principal says it was important for the students to know that they are still loved. One kindergarten teacher got choked up thinking about seeing her students for the first time in a couple of weeks.
Makes you feel very disconnected from them, and I wonder if they feel that way from me. But yeah, I really miss them a lot. They're like my kids too right now, and you can't see them, so that hurts.
Well, I'm sure the students were just as happy as the teachers to get some face-to-face connection with their students during this time. I was asking people on our page this morning, you know, what do you think about Guilford County's order? That is the big story. Winston-Salem also deciding to order people to stay at home. And so I'll get you guys to weigh in while people are still typing here, but we've got some good comments so far online.
Yes, indeed we do, Tracy. You know, I'm not surprised by the order. To be honest, I'm glad that it's not a lockdown. That may come in the future or something, I don't know. But, you know, getting to the pharmacy, getting to the supermarket, and essential you know, work that you have to do away from home, you do have to travel to do that. But I think this really sends out a very strong and necessary signal that if you don't have to leave your house, stay at home. Everything is essential in terms of leaving your house. And as I mentioned yesterday, you know, talking about crowd controls and things like that, I'm still expecting them to do something with the supermarkets. I am thankful that they're open, and please don't boo and hiss at what I'm about to say, but I think they should control the number of people at any given time inside the store. Have a guard there at the front door and let X number of people in, and then as people come out, let other people in. Right now, it's a free-for-all at the supermarket. And although it's been over a week since I've been, when I was there, first of all, there was nothing on the shelves. Second of all, it was crowded with people. We don't need that.
All right, Turan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ed has a very good point there. I mean, you go into the grocery store, and in many cases, people aren't necessarily exercising the social distancing that they're supposed to. You know, stay 6 feet away from someone. If both of you all are trying to get oranges, then you need to wait for them to finish, and then you can walk up there and grab the fruit that you need. Certainly would totally agree with that. I know last time I went grocery shopping, you know, you bring the groceries back, we have to wash the fruit off. You have to make sure that you're setting the bags down in a certain part of the kitchen, and then you are taking things out and putting them on the counter that's already been sanitized. I mean, there are a lot of steps that have to be taken. As far as the measures that the government has taken, I do think that that's good, because a lot of people, well, I don't want to say a lot of people, I think at this point most people are following the directives, but you still have some people that are still going out when they don't need to, or still doing some of the things that could enhance the spread of this virus. If we all did what we're supposed to do, we will slow the spread of this and give our medical community a chance to kind of get a better hold of this, which in the end will be better for everyone.
Yeah, listening to the Gifford County Commission's news conference yesterday, they thought people weren't taking this seriously enough. So they felt like government order was necessary to control the spread. There are 22 cases in Guilford County right now. So, I mean, if you think about the population, so let's add some perspective here. If you think about the population of Guilford County, which is in the hundreds of thousands, potentially million, right? And then you take about 22 cases, that's not even a percentage of the population right now. But if no one takes the orders seriously, then that could immensely grow pretty quickly. So I guess they said, you know, make sure you're following the rules. If you're not following the rules, we're going to make you follow the rules.
Yeah, and you know, Tracy, you know, you say 22, and obviously 22 positive cases in Guilford County is 22 too many.
Absolutely.
But if we had not been exercising this social distancing and staying at home, I wonder, and we don't know, I wonder what that number would have been. And we have seen situations like in Italy and also in Spain. I talked to a friend of mine yesterday in London, and he said it was very, very bad there. Other places are really, really, of course, here in the States, New York City, with what, 8 or 9 million people living in the New York City metropolitan area, they're in pretty close quarters there in the Big Apple. So although you keep hearing the number of cases go up, don't think that what we're doing and what we're exercising as caution is not helping, because I strongly believe that it is. It could be a lot worse. It's bad enough, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, and we know people are getting tested because the state has performed 10,000 tests. There is a call for more tests to come in to the state because they're running out of those. So, you know, as more people get tested, I'm sure we'll hear about more cases. But if social distancing is the way to ridding our society of this horrible virus, then let's do it. So let's get to some of the comments here, because there are a lot of them. John Henry says, it's a wake-up call for everyone who does not believe how serious this is. And Jennifer says, smart people will stay home. Let's get this over with. Victoria says, I'd prefer an entire lockdown, closing everything. So that's something to think about. It hopefully doesn't get to that, but Victoria may be onto something. Terry says, we need to stay in to curb the spread, so it is a must at this time. We are already practicing stay at home, says Irma, so this is not really anything new for her family, but it's just an adjustment that we're all going to have to make, right? Stay at home, go only anywhere when you need to, and it's just part of that new normal.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't think people really realize how much one person can make a difference. I did a little bit of quick math here. We know that viruses and most things like this, the population growth or the growth tends to be exponential. So I did just some basic math, just using like, you know, 2 as the exponent here. All right, so let's say you have 2 people that have the virus, and that multiplies exponentially with a factor of 2. That's 4, 16, 256, and then 65,536. Well, instead of 4 people getting it, let's say you only have 3 people that get it. That's 981, 6,561. So we're talking about 65,000 or 6,000.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, again, that's, you know, way oversimplified, because you have to deal with, okay, how contagious is it, da, 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 da. But I think that gives you just kind of a small example of how one person can make a difference. If you practice social distancing, you might end up saving the life of someone that you don't know. You might end up allowing less people to get it and allowing the medical, maybe the hospital in your community to not be as taxed as it could be. So again, every person can make a difference. Now step off of my soapbox.
Oh no, that's a great point.
That's
and the
a
math
great
supports
perspective.
it.
Yeah.
Wow, Taran.
Yeah.
I've got some math for you.
He's our mathmatician, by the way, here at the TV station, but he makes a very, very solid point with those numbers there as far as the spread. And before I get to the 7-day, I want to make a very serious plea to our young people. We have been hearing from time to time, but maybe it's not that bad for teenagers and young adults, people in their teens and 20s. I have been reading articles in the news about young people, although there may not be as many cases, getting deathly ill and being put into induced comas to try to get through this. You're not out of the woods, young people. You've got to practice along with the rest of us. You've got to be careful and practice that social distancing and stay at home. Please do that for us. All right, I'm off my soapbox and I'm going to get on to the 7-day. Some clouds this morning, but we'll call it increasing sunshine. 64, that's our normal high for today. And then, Friday and the weekend, I got a lot of notes from people this morning saying, we're going to barbecue, grill out on Saturday. That might be a great idea because temperatures warm up nicely. Upper 70s tomorrow, around 80 on Saturday and Sunday. We could even see some low 80s on Saturday. A very weak and moisture-starved cold front will move through the area on Sunday. Piddly chance of rain, but maybe some extra clouds, and only slightly cooler back into the 60s early next week. We could see at least some small shower chance by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, guys, that is our After GMS show. We definitely bring interesting topics to the table. So glad that you respond and weigh in. That's how we get to know what's happening in the community, especially since we can't be out in it right now. So thanks so much for joining us. And of course, we'll have more news and an updated look at the numbers of coronavirus today at noon. Stay safe and take care of each other.